Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the game of Quester Osaka. It's been a hot minute since we played this, but I had a lot of other games I wanted to check out first, so I always said I'd go back to it, and well, we're here. So let's just get back into it. Let's take a look at what we have going on. So we have solved the first square of the map. We have basically explored all of this. So now we're into the second area of the map, which we have started poking around at. Got a couple of bosses we were working on, exploring. I don't remember why we were using this particular one, but I guess we just haven't found a better one over here, so yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for a little bit and what our current goals were, but we're gonna just have a good time and see what we can get done. I think I wanted to stick here till I found a better one to move to later, not even right now. I think that was my goal. So yeah, let's refamiliarize ourselves with our situation. No, I guess we'll learn it on the fly again. And that's probably why we didn't move. It's because we actually have one day before it resets, and I guess I didn't want to do it on that day. So, yeah, we'll just keep going. I do still love the music of this game. I do see that there's some potentially room for lateral movement in our characters. Like our technician only gets like one useful attack per round, but it is what it is. That's a door. We could open it, but we don't need to right now, so we're just gonna explore around outside of that in case. We could start min-maxing if we start doing like New Game Plus stuff if we want to. So I guess we didn't really properly explore this middle area, did we? I think it's very interesting that this is just the other side of this. Do we think we can beat this boss? Possible. Let's give it a try. So this isn't doing an extreme amount of damage to anyone, but it does have the potential to kill people. So let's see what happens during one round. Oof, that hurt. We also don't have a character that can revive people. I guess this does. Well, that has a good chance of actually killing us. Ooh, that's not great. I think it's a good idea to run from that encounter. But we can try again. But that first one, oh, this is that. Well, okay, we could just do this. That's another option. Okay. Well then. That's RNG for you. There we go. I don't know how to feel about that second round versus the first, but you know, we take the dubs where they come from, you know? Who are we to argue with the game? What did we just get again? Gratitude Rosary. Has resistance. And this. Okay, that's cute. That wasn't in the first game. Yeah, I think the first time I did this, it was also just a little bit too close to the tails of the other ones. I wouldn't say exactly burned out was the right word, but I definitely didn't hook me exactly as much as the first one did. That's not to say I'm not really enjoying this game. Yeah, we expanded our level cap a little bit, which is gonna be nice. I guess we'll set out and try to collect food enough to travel, in case we find a place. Yeah. I mean, I think we'll just get enough food from killing enemies, though. I don't think we need to get too far out of our way. But one thing I did notice from the first game is that there's a lot of enemies that actually lower your food supplies. Like, it is just one of the features of this. They have a scarcity thing going on. And it's not every enemy, it's just specific enemies, but still, it was enough of them to be a problem. Yeah, our food supply is looking good. It seems like I was right. We don't really have to go too far out of our way to get enough food. Yeah, these enemies are a little rougher than the burgers we're used to. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, we have to run from this. It is somewhat better than getting no exploration done, but you know, it just means that there's room for growth. Gonna continue leveling up. I guess I'm happy that it's not as easy as the first game. I think I like that. That's right, we see a key. Maybe we could get that. I guess we could move to this middle section too. I guess this isn't really helping us too much over here. These crazy burgers though. Yeah, so since I played this, I was actually gifted, I guess, another game by this same developer that I was interested in for a while called Monochrome White that doesn't seem to be like in this particular franchise, but has a similar style but its own thing going on. So I wanted to give this one a good go before I dived into that one, so it seemed only fitting. I enjoyed this, so we're back at it. Like, I am not starving for games. I've got way too many games to play. And we also have that boss up north we can try to get to across the river. We wouldn't have to specifically switch to a place across the lake, but it would definitely help us with trying to get it. But on a positive note, we've gotten plenty of food down here, so we're okay. I'm trying to remember why we moved back from across the lake, and I want to say it might have been because the enemies were like a little too spicy for us to make headway. So each area has like 3 sets of monsters. And even those bats were giving us trouble just a while ago. And part of that is that we don't have great equipment for everyone, but part of it is we need to level up, so. Oh, there we go. That's the perfect place to go. So we got materials. This is exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for a new spot for a forward base. Oh, and it's behind a gate? Behind 2 gates. That's okay, there's still a way around, so it's not bad. Like, we don't have to open this gate. What? Like, that's barely an inconvenience. It's okay, tomorrow we're gonna be moving our base. If these bats don't murk our asses. So we have reached max level from most of these characters again. Do we want to go try to take out that boss immediately? Like, we'd have to move to that northern one and try that? Or do we want to move to the other one? I guess we could do both. We have plenty of food already. We can spend a few days trying to break that boss. Oh man, I forgot to move. Oh. Well, we'll deal with it. Once a day. That's just being a little rusty, but a day doesn't take very long. I mean, half of it is going through and rolling for items anyway. Well, on that note, since the other one's kind of almost equally as distant to this corner, maybe I will just keep going in that bottom right corner, even though it's dangerous. If it ends up dangerous, it'll just send us back to the beginning of the day anyway, so we'll just move at that point. There we go. Where do we think this goes? I'm not afraid of red burgers. I think this is gonna lead to a way that goes behind that door without using the door. Or maybe it's just a key. But there's something through this wall too. Huh. Maybe it does go somewhere. Wherever it's going, it's gonna kick us out before we finish going through it, because there's a lot of things to chew through. let's make sure we actually move. You're 2 levels up. Alright. We'll go to Owaji. Oh yeah, there are bats right out the door here. Yeah, absolutely. We probably left this place because it was hard for us to get any leveling done over here. Or food, honestly. It might have been a food problem as much as anything else. Oh, parrying dagger, huh? Slash, dismember. Oh, that was helping us get meat. That's why we had that on here. So this is dexterity and dual wielding. Slash. Okay, I see why we had that on then. That makes sense. And that one makes more sense now. You had this for the maximum HP up, right? The dual wielding's not helping you here, but the throwing kind of is, and the shooting is. But you know, we're not utilizing that one's throw, we're using this one's throw. So there could be something to be said for pulling something out here, if it helps. So let's see what else is going on. Well, that wouldn't help us that much, but the defense may help a little bit. Now, it'd be good if we actually had something else with HP up on it, but we currently don't. Well, I understand why we had that on there, we just didn't get anything better. That's unfortunate. I wonder if we can take this one. I think we tried and we got kicked out before, so let's hope for the best. 2 of these might be spicy. I think if we try again we might get 1, but we'll try 2 and hope it's not the worst. So what I remember is going fast is not necessarily the best. Oh yeah, that's gonna kill us for sure. Okay, so let's try again, see if we can't get it a little simpler. I think there's a chance of fighting only one, probably. If not, then we will probably come back later, because like 2 of these guys are probably spicy, but we'll waste a little bit and see if we can't get a simpler start on this. Yeah, because I'm not sure we can break through this defense right now. I saw what that first round did. So we'd probably have to get better equipment before we actually make this work. Although we could get a lucky start where he doesn't do anything important to us, and that would be fun. This 41 times 4 is gonna murk us. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to break this. That's probably what we determined the first time, to be honest. Okay, so let's consider this again. Now we're gonna lower the defensive features for once. I'm gonna do a round of flamethrower. Yeah, if we don't break through this time, we're gonna go out and keep exploring from that middle area, because this wasn't fruitful. There are a couple of issues, like we don't have a way of curing bad effects on our characters at all, which isn't great. Ah, look at that. That's gonna just murk us. That would probably party wipe us. Jeez. Spicy. Oh. This is what I wanted the whole time, game. How did you know? It's like it's mocking us. Well, so far so okay. We're starting to run a little low on our supplies. Well, I'd say we've gotten relatively lucky. There we go. We did it. Well, it wasn't glamorous, but we did make it, so that's progress, baby. Sometimes you just have to beat your head against that wall, and eventually you win. Oh, one of the gem guys. Well, you're going into a corner, which isn't good for you. We did unlock level 40 for characters, which will give them all another ability. That could be huge for the program. This seems to be a dead end, my friend. You made a choice. Sandwich Man! That can only be good. And cursed screen, huh? What do we think Sandwich Man is? Sandwich Man is a shield. A shield that can be deployed and installed during combat, nicknamed the Sandwich Man because of the way it is carried. I don't get it. But double HP up is crazy. That's perfect, actually. That sounds amazing, actually. Cursed Screen, which is another double HP up. What is this? This is everything we've needed. Well, let's go get that on our bodies. Alright, get me in here. We can't wear the Sandwich Man, because that's only for a couple of classes. But the other one is absolutely one we could put on. So let's see what we could do. The only unfortunate thing is here is that the attack is a little expensive for it, but the double HP would still be worth it. How about you? What are you carrying? Oh, we have that for this stuff. Otherwise, that would be really good for you. We'll keep it for bosses, I think. We might swap it out for bosses. But I'm very happy with how that turned out, even if we don't get more done this round. Yeah, it's not another attack, but I guess raising our defense isn't terrible. Oh, we did get that upgrade right there, didn't we? I forget what this one said. Let's look at it. Yeah, we already read that one. Stone crab, huh? That's probably a shield. Okay, this is not one we're probably gonna use for the most part. Another edge of the river. Well, as you can see, we finished securing this northern shore, so we know what this shore is about. It's time for the fish again. I remember the fish were great at making sure we took a few casualties. Yeah, I remember this. A shotgun with drugs on it. Yeah, they don't kill everyone, but they were consistently able to make sure we were taking a loss like most fights. It just saps into how long our runs can last. Yeah, so we might as well go back across the river because we can just go up the river to see that anytime we want to. So let's go back over to that one we just found. We're back at Temabashi, and we'll explore left first, and then we'll go right. We may also have to come back to this corner because there's so much mushrooms to chew through. You can only eat so many of them on a run. And that dead ended quickly. Oh, here come the bats. That's a pretty full battle group. But it all worked out in the end. That's all that matters. Most characters should be 40, if not all of them, at the end of this round, I think. Which will unfortunately mean we'll be fighting at max level, but you know, it is what it is. Hello, Boiger. That's something. Oh, I remember this one. This was from the previous game. It's a melee weapon that adds drugs, which is fun, but not what we need. There's a little more to this northern spot here than I actually had figured. I thought it would have dead-ended pretty quickly, but I guess not. Does mean we're gonna probably want to float up this river at some point to map out this middle section. Okay. This has a way of getting debuffs off people if I want to. So it is something I said we needed. It's a nice thing to do if you have an extra point, I guess. Oh good, this is just a nice passive. Honestly, increasing the drugs is better than the purification fuel, but it certainly doesn't hurt. What do you get? AP up! Yes! That's a great skill. I approve. What do you get? This was actually more useful than I remember because it helps during bosses. I mean, it's expensive, but it basically made the character unkillable any round they used it, so you could use them to really piss off the enemy, and then just ghost. And they couldn't hurt you. I like it. I guess we're gonna go try to take a sea trip up here. That's what today is gonna be. It's gonna be a little sea journey. I mean, burgers are slow, man. They couldn't even fight us if they wanted to. We just walked right by every one of them. What is with that? Look at that. They let us walk right by every single one. Crazy. No fish are out today? The fish just ain't fishing? Crazy. No. It is what it is. You're a fish. What? Going on land? That's cheating. Oh, we need to rejigger a bit because we can do more things. We're gonna chase after that and hope it doesn't go too far. Oh, we got a new item. Oh, it's a shotgun. Okay, well still. It's an ultimate shotgun with the focus of being loud. However, the thunder-like sound the gun makes when fired is quite a nuisance. Well, I mean, you can't have both. You can't be upset about it doing what it's supposed to. So it does lead back to oh, well, we'll get it. We barely did it, but technically we found a new place. Where are you? All the way in this corner. Well, that's very interesting. Do we want to just move to the corner and start exploring inland from there? We can always come back here if we need to. It's likely everywhere will connect back to each other anyway, but, you know, I guess that's not a bad plan. Let's go up here to Taishi Bashi Imaichi. That is a mouthful. but we have plenty of food to support the move, so I am gonna go to sea just to do that. I had a feeling we were on the corner. But I have a feeling that there's some more bosses kicking around here. We'll find them. I mean, I'm just gonna follow this wall. We'll get this side sorted out, and then we'll start moving inwards. Oh right, we were gonna change our attack line up a little bit for at least a character with more AP. Now you give us another new item? Man, we are getting a new item every other turn, which is a good thing. Combat Chainsaw. Chainsaw modified for combat use, originally known for its cutting power, it's been modified to be used effectively against creatures. So they're not going for funny with this one. That's okay. I'll forgive them this one time. Where are we at? Well, we are almost actually at the bottom right corner again now. So there's this huge swath in the middle that we're gonna have to cut in and try to sort out. You are a boss. What do you got for us, Boss Borger? I don't expect a big fight from this, so I think we're just gonna get an easy couple level increase here. It's the Mega Boiger. Yeah, its name is actually called Beyond Inedible, which is hilarious, but dangerous to us, it was not. This is a vacuum. We've seen it before. It was in the first game. Oh, another one of these slots. Let's see what this slot has to tell us. Oh, that's not a USB port. It's a LAN cable slot, and you don't have a converter, do you? I don't think I can get any information from this. You may not know this, but a long time ago, there were people who believed that this world they lived in was a simulation. That everything in the world was generated like a virtual reality game, and that even their thoughts were simulated. If that was the case, then all actions were guided by calculations. The records are compiled in a place known as the Akashic Record. It is said there was once someone who had access to those records, and if that was the case, I wish they could have prevented this disaster from happening. I don't know why, but I feel like my device is working better. So yeah, we got at least a little background lore, I suppose. But hey, we got some good stuff out of this. I'd say we made some good progress on this first little bit. I'm gonna take a few moment break and we'll get back into this. We defeated 3 bosses and explored a good third of the map. I'll see y'all in a few moments. Enjoy the music. Y'all take care.